Hey there, how's it going? This is how to add a new column to a non-column dataset part 2. So in the first video, we were able to turn this to this. So we basically use the Spark built-in to df method to add these columns to a non-column data frame like this one. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do the same thing without using to df. So I will be using a recursive function to accomplish the task basically. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to define a function. I will call it column rename. So I'll pass a data frame. The data type is data frame, and the columns I want to the new columns will be, for example, headers. That will be in the form of sequence, a string, and then we will have the iteration, which will be in the form of I. So the data type will be int. So we want to return a final data frame with the new columns. So equal to. So what I want to do is basically match each of the column in the headers. For example, person schema, I want to match each of these columns, then perform some logic on them. So I will say headers match. So so what I'm going to do is use a case head and tail. So for example, if you are given this kind of sequence or list, you will have the first one will be head and the rest one will be tail. So you can think of it that way. So in this case, xs will be head, then we put double column, and ys will be tail. So if we have a head, what we want to do is call this column rename recursively. Column rename. Then we now have to pass a new data frame. So the new data frame I want to pass will be the one with the new column. So I'll be using column rename. So using this original df, then I want to rename the column from this one. So from this, copy. So from this, 0 will be, I will use the I as the index. So from this, I want to rename it to the head, which is a for the first iteration we get this one as head, right? So that will be xs, and then the tail will be this one. So that will be the one that will be used in the second iteration. So that will be ys. So and then the I, we are going to set I equal to 0 when we are basically calling this function. So in the next iteration, we want to increase the value of I from 0 to 1. So that will be I plus 1. So say for example we this is first iteration. Yeah. Say for example, in the second iteration, we'll be using gender instead of full name, right? We'll be using gender as XS. Then the I will be turned to 1, so we'll be replacing underscore C1 with gender. Then our tail will be this one, age, which is YS. In the third iteration will be replacing C underscore C2 with age. Then our YS will be empty, right? And then so in the third iteration, since YS is empty, there's nothing we can do. What we can do is basically return the final data frame. So in that case, we'll use case underscore then equal to df. So we want to return the final data frame here. So that's why we put df here. So now our function, recursive function, is complete. You can see here it's saying the column rename is still recursive. So let's put at tail rec here to signify that. Then let's define final df equal to, let's call the function, let's invoke it and then pass, since we are dealing with person df, right? This is person df data frame, so we use person df. We use person df here. Then the schema we want to use is this one, so that will be person schema. Person schema, and we want to set I equal to 0 for the first iteration. Now if I say final df dot show, it should be able to rename the columns to the new columns. So as you can see, this is the original data frame, and with default column, and this is the second data frame where we use to df spark method to rename the column, and this is the last one is the one where we use a recursive function to rename the column. You can see we are getting the same data frame. So basically that's how you can rename your data frame columns in Spark. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. More videos like this will be coming, so stay tuned. Alright, goodbye, have a lovely day.